This is the first Clásico in La Liga this season. Although Real Madrid has won the last 4 Clásicos, there is no doubt that this will be a difficult match, but we are confident that we will win the 5th in a row. Here is our coach Carlo Ancelotti. Let's listen.
How is the team doing before such an important match that the whole world will be watching?
The team is doing very well and is motivated. As I have always said, matches like these classics are very competitive and intense, but it's also a match filled with entertainment. It's a celebration of football. We want to do things right in front of our fans.
Analyzing the system presented by Hansi Flick, do you think it benefits you that they leave a lot of space at the back?
Well, Barcelona has a very clear idea in their play, and so far it has worked out very well for them. They are playing very well, and we have to respect them. They are a very brave team. We have to prepare well and try to play as best as we can.
How is Bellingham for this match, knowing that he hasn't scored goals yet? Last year, he was a key player in both Clásicos in La Liga.
He is doing very well. He is evolving. He has had issues with his ankle and shoulder before, but now his physical condition is very good, and he is helping a lot. Even though he hasn't scored, he is doing important work for us, and he is aware of the importance he has in our team.
Barcelona is playing very well, surprising everyone, even their own fans. They are seen as favourites to win. Where will the key to the match lie? Given that everyone sees Barcelona as the favourite, are you not afraid? Does that keep you awake at night?
Honestly, they are doing things well, but in matches like a Clásico or a derby, it's very difficult to choose a favorite. Fortunately, nothing keeps me awake at night.
You said last week that you see Mbappe almost at 100% of his level, but the public still hasn't seen that overwhelming version of Mbappe that everyone expects. How long do you think it will take for Mbappe to reach his best version?
Well, we are satisfied because he has already scored goals. He has been very important for the team because against Dortmund, even though he didn't score, he was crucial for us to get the first 2 goals. Little by little, he is reaching his best version. We are not in a hurry, neither I, nor the team, nor he is. We are all satisfied with what he is doing so far, and obviously he will improve because he has all the quality necessary to do even better.
Both teams come into this match after delivering great performances in the Champions League. Who is the favourite for tomorrow's match?
I don't know. That's very difficult to answer. It depends on the dynamics of the match. As I mentioned before, for a match like a Clásico or a derby, it's very hard to choose a favorite. But if you choose a favorite, anything can happen in a match at this level. These matches are not only about quality, but also about how you can handle the pressure and how well you can manage the game's timing. There will be moments during the match when we have control, and there will be others when they have control. This is very normal. But knowing how to manage these times and moments in the game will determine the final success of the match.
A couple of years ago, you asked Valverde to score at least 10 goals per season due to his characteristics. Regarding Jude Bellingham, is this version of him sufficient to help the team? Or would it be good to set a goal for him to score more to be more productive?
Last season, it was very important for him to score goals because we lost our key forward, who was Karim. But we have covered his absence with the goals from Bellingham, which is very important, as well as the goals from Brahim and Joselu. This season, we don't have that problem because we have brought in a player who can score 30, 35, or even 40 goals. Obviously, if Bellingham scores goals, that's great. But what we need most is his hard work, which is the most important thing.
You have coached both Lewandowski and Modric. What makes them special to maintain such a high level of competitiveness for so long?
It's especially due to the seriousness, professionalism, and passion they have for playing football. Honestly, I don't think there's a special secret for this longevity. Experience.
Have you had time to prepare any tactics, or will you modify something like placing Tchouaméni as a third central defender? What do you have planned for tomorrow?
I have something planned, but I don't think it's right to explain it to you today. You'll see it tomorrow, and then you can tell me if I was wrong or not.
Will you insist a lot tomorrow on your players giving high intensity, defensive solidity and commitment, or do you think it's no longer necessary to tell your players this after the match against Dortmund?
Usually, for this type of match, you don't need to talk much with the players. The plan is to prepare a very clear and simple strategy. That's it. These are the kinds of matches that... Let me tell you something else, because I'm thinking about something else now. This is the kind of match where you don't have to talk much, because everyone is focused and mentally prepared. Everyone is motivated and excited to play these kinds of matches. For example, when I was playing, I was very worried, and then Van Basten, a great player, would always tell me, calm down, the strategy is very clear. Just give me the ball and run to celebrate with me. Luckily, that happened many times.
Lamine Yamal, at 17 years old, is one of Barcelona's standout players. What is your opinion on this young player, and what is your plan to stop him?
The truth is that he has started his career in a fantastic way. I like his playing style and the attitude he has on the field. He is a very dangerous player, obviously. But we shouldn't focus too much on him. We need to pay attention to the qualities of our opponents. We also have to focus on what we want to do on the field. Barcelona is a team that we respect a lot. They are doing things well and playing very well, and we all know that they have started the season well.
You have spoken more about how to manage pressure for footballers than about playing well. It seems that pressure doesn't affect you much. Now you will coach your 17th Clásico as the Real Madrid manager. In matches like tomorrow's, how much do you think about and worry about your decisions for fear of criticism from fans and journalists? Or does this pressure not affect you as Real Madrid's coach?
No. As I said before, I have no problem with criticism, and it doesn't bother me at all. I know that criticism will always come, even when we do things well. So everything is fine. I don't think much about these things, but I know I have to clear my thoughts quickly and then try to explain the plan to my players in the best way possible. I also like to share opinions with my players because it's good to know what they think about strategies and what's best for each match.
Do you think Barcelona will stick to the style they have shown before?
We are preparing our game to do well with the ball and without the ball as well. They may press high, so we will have a way to attack, but they could also sit back, in which case we need to be able to generate attacks with an offensive line deeper. These are matches where we have to be ready to play a complete game and try to win it. And that's what we will attempt to do.
What advice do you give Kylian Mbappé before his first Clásico?
Well, nothing special, really, nothing in particular. He knows perfectly what he has to do because he has the experience and has played many times against Barcelona, and he knows what he has to do.
You have previously said that the match against Dortmund could be a turning point. Do you see your team prepared and focused to maintain that dynamic for tomorrow's match?
Yes, that's what we're going to try to do, although doing it for 90 consecutive minutes is impossible. Having said that, I think the second half of the match against Dortmund showed us many things. There are many things we can do if we are able to do them all together. So this is obviously our objective.
Do you think the Clásico can affect great players? And could Mbappé have difficulty handling the pressure and emotions? Do you think you need Mbappé more than ever for tomorrow's match, given the team's absences like Carvajal, Courtois, and Rodrygo?
I believe that his personal way of handling the anticipation before the match is very simple and calm. He has a lot of confidence in himself and his quality. I think he will help us tomorrow, as he always does. Sometimes he helps more and other times less, but we have confidence in him, and we know that tomorrow he will help the team.
As a coach, how can you explain the change that Barcelona has undergone? It's a notable change for the team. Do you think the credit goes to Flick, or could it be a change in the player's mindset? From your perspective as a coach, why such a radical change?
They have clearly changed their philosophy. They are a team that plays differently now and are more direct. But that doesn't mean I want to make comparisons with the work Xavi did, because for me, Xavi did a great job with Barcelona in his own way and with his own ideas. We lost to Xavi's Barcelona, but this is a slightly different Barcelona, which we also respect, just as we respected Xavi's.
The other day, when Vinicius scored a hat-trick, we saw him give you a very brotherly hug. What does it mean for you personally to coach Vinicius, and how important is this player?
It means being able to coach one of the best players in the world. I am coaching a very humble young man who has achieved a lot. He has evolved a lot, both professionally and as a footballer, to become one of the best in the world. And I suppose no one doubts that he will be the next Ballon d'Or winner. He remains as humble and serious as when I first met him.
Do you feel that Vini is the leader of the team? You have been asked about Mbappé because he is a media figure, but as a coach, what do you perceive?
The leader? Well, I hope there isn't just one. I believe there are many, in fact. Vinicius can be a leader, but so can Valverde. And Modric still is. I think the young players have the opportunity to show that they are leaders too, not just with words, but with their attitude and commitment. The team is fortunate not to have just one leader, but many. Thank you all